Hey there, boys and girls. It's your friendly, apocalyptic friend Meat again, and today I'm going to teach you how to sharpen your knife. First of all, if you don't have a knife, buy one. If you can't buy one, steal one. If you can't steal one, take one. If you can't take one, make one. And if you can't make one, conjure one. 'Cause you need one. And if you can get two, that's twice as good. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need to do is find yourself a knife sharpener. And that could be someone that you capture and then force to do your knife sharpening. Or it could be a tool like this one I got from the Amazon. Now, I have no idea how to work this thing, but it did come with instructions. Now, I've never taken instructions. I've given a lot of instructions, so this is going to get weird. Okay, so the first thing you're going to... What the hell was that? Okay, so you're going to get your sharpener, and you're going to get your coarse belt. Of course you are. Get it? I hope you do. Okay, so you're going to want to run it through one time on each side on the coarse setting. Don't get greedy. Don't do more than once. Because when you get greedy, you get stupid. And when you get stupid, you get killed. Here we go. That's one. That's two, in case you're counting. And whatever you do, don't forget the little one, because the little one can be the sneakiest one of all. I once hid this in my mouth when I was having a business meeting with a business partner who had not done his partnering very businesslike. I remember it like it was yesterday. My business partner calls me and says, "We need to discuss business." I said, "About what?" He said, "You'll find out when you get there." I said, "Where?" He said, "Canada." I said, "Why?" He says, "You'll find out when you get there." We both ordered poutine. I said, "You sure we should both order 2 medium poutines when we can order 1 large poutine?" And he said, "You know how I feel about splitting poutine." And I said, "But again, back to the business at hand. Why are we here? What are we meeting for?" And he said, "Shut up and finish your poutine." When he reached for a fry, I reached for my knife. It was in my mouth. I had to go past one fry to get to the knife. I pulled it out. I stabbed him in the eye. He sued me. I lost. Anyway, don't forget the little one. Now you move on to the medium belt. And again, don't forget the little one. I remember it like it was yesterday. My business partner said, "Hey man, you want to go to the beach?" I said, "Why would me and you go to the beach? We've never hung out as friends." He said, "Well, why not just try it once, man?" I said, "Okay." I said, "Where?" He said, "You'll find out when you get there." I said, "What beach?" He said, "You'll find out when you get there." We both showed up at Myrtle Beach by happenstance. As we were lounging in the sand, it was a beautiful day. He said, "Hey partner, how long can you hold your breath?" I said, "I don't know, a minute?" "How long can you hold your breath?" He said, "I asked you first." He said, "How about this? You go out in the water, I'll hold your head under the water, and when you need to come up, you tap my knee." I said, "Okay, sounds like a deal." He stuck my head under the water. We got to about 1:15. I felt proud of myself. I tapped his knee. He didn't feel it, I guess, because he didn't let me up. I tapped his other knee. Apparently, he didn't feel that either, but I'll tell you what he felt. He felt when I took my little knife out of my mouth, and stabbed him in the eye. He sued me a second time. He won. So anyway, don't forget the little one. And then finally, you put on the fine belt. And don't forget the little one. I remember it like it was yesterday. My business partner met me and said, "Hey, you want to do one of those team building exercises?" I said, "Hey, man, it's just me and you." He said, "I know, we're a team." I said, "Okay." I said, "How about one of those trust falls?" He said, "Well, I'm having trouble trusting you because you stabbed both of my eyes out." I said, "Good point. But okay, let's do it," he said, "for old time's sake." I said, "Where?" He said, "You'll find out when you get there." We both met in the woods. It was a cold autumn night. He climbed up in a tall birch tree, using those shoes that the guys who go up the telephone poles use. I said, "Where'd you get those?" He said, "Don't ask questions." We got to the top of the birch tree. He said, "You ready?" I said, "As ready as I'll ever be." He fell out of the birch tree. I moved out of the way. He hit the ground. He said, "I knew I should have never trusted you." I took out my little knife, out of my mouth, of course. I'd already stabbed out both of his eyes, so I just took the knife I laid it on his forehead. Waited for him to die. But he eventually woke up, walked out of the woods, and sued me. And won. So anyway, don't forget the little one. Which is, by the way, very sharp now because I sharpened it. Hope you learned something.